I'm just getting set up. Basically, we are going to work on improving the platform using the platform, and yeah. Okay, so I guess I need to share a bit more about it. Let's put some music. Okay, it might be a bit weird. Okay, so the plan is to be working on this, and it kind of broke the layout again. Okay, I guess you can see it now. Okay, I'm going to put this on the side and just get to work. So I have my chat on the side, and the idea is to really custom this view so that it's where I work from, basically. And yeah, I mean, that's the plan. So I'm going to be making some small improvements. I had this like where I don't like the color of the button, so the idea is that I can just click spawn agent and it will just go and make the change. So I still don't have like a good transition from I click and it goes there. I think I need to refresh it, or maybe it did not. So I think it starts working on it, but the visual like part of it is not working that well. Ideally, I would like that when I work on something, it goes here, and then when it's done, I can just review the PR. As you can see here, like some projects are linked to a linear project and some are not. And the idea is that you can just make different type of workflows based on the project type. So yeah, you can see like it is working on it, and what I expect is that once it's done, this button color is going to change, and it should take like this style basically. And yeah, we're going to see if that happens. Technically, I should get. It should tell me when it's done. So I've tried to add like a kind of visibility on what's happening, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Ideally, this is one way I can interact with the system, and what's cool is that it can also create items because it is linked to a convex database. So if I wanted to create a new project, it could just create it. And yeah, one of the cool things that I've done this morning is that you can, when you create a task, there's this thing where sometimes you created something and it's just like not detailed enough for you to work on it, so you need to dig deeper and try and understand what it is about. And so for these tasks that are like not defined enough, what I've done is something where you can click on this and you're going to start being in a bigger reflection and have a new chat that is dedicated to this task, and the agent is going to ask you a question to refine it, and at the end you're going to save it and it's going to give you an updated task, and from there you should be able to use an agent to work on it. So yeah, this Kanban board is more of it's a view that sits on top of all of your project, and if you have different clients, you could just like have them as a project and be able to work on it from here. So it's more like an aggregation of different things, and yeah, my goal for it is to make it my work OS. So basically every work I do, or every agent I spawn, would be from here. So I think it's really good for everything that is asynchronous, and when I need to code and do the task myself, I would go into Cloud Code or something, but I think most of the work is often to properly define what needs to be done, and I think a lot of things could probably just work like this. Yeah, so that is the idea. So what does it say here? Did it do it or not? Okay, so it says it's done. This is, yeah, we can see the style changed here, and it changed here as well. So this is done. Now I would like, yeah, there is this thing where I wanted to be able to edit what's here, and it didn't work. So I added this one, where basically it opens the card. Click to open task detail. So let's discuss this, because I'm not completely happy with what's in the card. Okay. So right now we have a task model, but I don't want everything to be editable right away, so we need like an edit icon next to each field, maybe one for the title, one for the description, and then yeah, you would just be able to edit and then save. About linear, I think, yeah, we need to sync back to linear if we save. Can you elaborate on why it's complicated? I think we're using the linear API anyway, right? So why would it be a problem to update it? Yeah, and so for the tasks that are living in convex, we just don't think. Yeah. We already have like a model, so let's just use the model that we have and add the edit icons in here. Alright, so I think it has enough information now, and so this is good, and I can just do the thing. I was trying to kind of replicate the shape up methodology, but I don't know if appetite is still important when you can use AI to build things. And so yeah, this is what's in the prompt of the syncing stuff. And so now I kind of want to see if it was, yeah, I think it was triggered, so I think, yeah, the agent got spawned, but so this is another thing I need to do where it's not the goal that I have with this system is that you get visibility on what's happening. And right now I spawned my agent, but it hasn't moved to in progress when it should. And this is not respecting the system. What I want to happen is like when something is in progress, I can just look at the task that is here and know what the agent is working on. Okay. So now it's telling me that the sub-agent is working on it. And the idea is really that we have our main agent that we're talking about, everything, and this agent can make changes to the app, but ideally we want sub-agents to do the work so that we can always talk with this guy and the sub-agents are working in the background. What was this one? Okay, so this one is exactly the same, so I guess I can delete it. This one is interesting, but it is a bit more complicated. The idea is that for like a card, when you want to move it to the next step, it would trigger actions. And for example, like if we feel like if when dragging this card from here to here, some stuff are not clear, maybe it would trigger like a syncing session. And then once you've talked through it and it's ready, you would say yes, save it and trigger the agent, and now it will be in progress, but not before it's ready. So the goal is to be able to gate stuff and also to conditionally show actions. So for example, in the to-do column, you have actions. When it's in progress, you will have other actions such as like see what our agent is doing and things along that line. Okay, so where are we? I had like some other UI improvements, but I think I lost them in the process. I'm not a big fan of the icons here. I tried something with having the nav at the bottom. I don't know yet if I like it. The main reason was to have like this chat widget here, which I think it works. And yeah, I guess it's another way to present things. Okay, it says it's merged. So can I now edit my task? If I go here, I am not seeing an edit option. No, I should see pencil icon next to title and description. Oh, it's on over. Okay. So okay, I guess that works. Still, if I don't know it's here, it's going to be a problem. But since it's just me, Maybe that's fine. I think it's hard to find. I would much rather have it here. Maybe just make it visible by default. So now this is an interesting problem where it was I specified it, but then it's not, you know, it's not exactly what I wanted, and I could create another ticket, but I can also do that. For the description, so yeah, it's going to make the change, and we're going to keep refining this. So yeah, I guess this is not the best way to do it, but I was kind of lazy to create another task for this. Let's see what happens, because now it is kind of making the changes directly. And then I also have this place where I have the link to the repos and the project, and I think what would help a lot is to also have like product principles and product goals, just to keep them as context and as something that can be exposed, so that we don't forget what is it that we're trying to achieve. Okay, so it's telling me that it's good now. Yeah, so we have it here and here. Okay, so I don't have a save button, which is, I guess that works. I want to check whether or not it's working for existing things, so I'm just going to go here. Oh, and I guess I cannot. I should have a way to edit linear tasks as well. I'm going to check if I can edit them in linear, which I think I can. So I'm looking on it. Yeah, so I have the edit right, so I don't know why I couldn't edit them. Okay, let's see what happens if I do it this way. So we just shipped a feature to edit task title and description, but right now the edit option doesn't appear for linear task. Is it something that we missed, or can you take a look? Yes, the intent is that you should be able to edit task, and it gets like it gets synced to linear if you do. And so right now the edit icon is not visible for linear task. For now, we're just syncing title and description. If we want to do other things, we'll do it later. I think this is a quick fix. Yeah, this is the acceptance criteria, and if it doesn't work on linear, we should not save it here. We don't have a local version of it. It's really linear tasks that we are showing in here for projects that are linked to linear. Alright, so we just created this, and it should be saved somewhere here. If it's not, then this is a problem. Shit. This was done. So I do have an issue here. Did I create it somewhere else? I could have written it in the wrong project. I just created a task using the syncing mode, and I don't think it's saved, or maybe it's saved somewhere weird. I don't know, it should have saved in Visionary. Okay, I guess no one is watching, so I can just take a break. Okay, we are back. What's cool is that I was typing from my phone and it kept syncing. So if I do a new syncing, okay, let's try that again. And I guess it's kind of not ideal, but we just shipped the feature where you can edit task and descriptions, and it works for normal task and description, but it doesn't work if this is a task that is linked to linear. The edit button doesn't show up. What we want is that you can edit both, and when you edit one, it syncs it to the linear task. This is, yes, it's a two-way sync because actually we are only pulling the linear data, so we want to make changes to linear because we are not storing it. Yeah. All right, so oh, it did not put like a description on it, which is okay. Save. Okay. And now just going to do it. And yeah, I would like this to move here, but I'm not sure yet what's the best interaction. Is it like click on it or is it drag it? Because it could be, I'm thinking that there are some tasks that maybe it's not on the agent to do, it could be me. So I'm not sure if this is the right way. I don't know yet. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So there was, when I click on the play button here, it's like I am sending this to Vi, which is our main agent, and it's triggering a sub agent to do the stuff. Okay. Let's think again. I think this is one of the coolest thing. I mean, not the coolest, but the most useful thing I've done. It's like creating this, and I think it can definitely be improved a lot. But every time like I want to do something else, I want to go doing this instead of just ask it to do it. When we spawn an agent right now, the card is not moved to in progress. There is also another card that is tied to this one. Actually, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to go here. So I had this card that says you need to move between, need gates to move between columns. But the problem is like, it's not clear what the gate does. So okay, let's read this. Yes, I want intentional friction at column transition. Who answered the gate prompt? I should. That is interesting. I think the problem is that we need to know if there are enough requirements to go from one stage to another, if the requirements are met, and based on the column, the requirements are going to be different. So yeah, I don't have a direct answer. Let's brainstorm this. I think the gates are going to be the same for dev projects, but they're going to be different for content projects. So maybe it's more like having different templates for different type of projects. So I am wondering if we could have the checks done when a card is created or edited, like having some kind of a checklist that presents us if it's ready or not. And if you drag something and it's missing a checked item, maybe we ask for this information. And if there are more than one check missing, then we would just ask for them all. I think text fields are fine. What I'm wondering is like the same way we have syncing mode. I'm wondering if the gate mode is not kind of the same as syncing, except that you will have a conversation, and the goal is for the agent is to make you formulate the answer to the missing checks. Yes, I think the agent should try to cover the check through the conversation. It would be cool if it could also say when one is checked, you know? Or maybe it should show up on the side, kind of like an artifact or something. This is getting interesting. Well, the save gate conversation is really interesting. It would be in a case where I guess it shouldn't, an agent should not pick cards autonomously if the checks are not met. So I don't think it should happen. the thing that I think came up during this discussion that I didn't foresee to be part of it is to have like the kind of the card information next to the thinking mode, like we have the conversation and the card at the same time, and while we talk the agent could be updating the card. That way if we go away mid-conversation, it will be saved and we don't have to save and close to save it, you know. It could be really interesting because if we are thinking from the beginning, the card would kind of be created on the fly, and maybe that doesn't work to save it as we go, but or maybe it's just in the UI to begin with. And if it's on the left side or the right side, I guess I can also edit it manually, which would make it really handy. And if we are shaping a card that is already existing, we would start from that context on the left, which could be helpful. Well, technically, I think it should be 2 cards, but can we create 2 cards from this conversation? Alright, let's save it and see if it worked. I don't know if I need to refresh my page. Oh, that was something else. Okay, so you put everything in the same one. That's kind of okay for now. So it's time to see if we can edit linear cards now. I don't know if it's been deployed just yet. And this is kind of buggy sometimes. Okay, I guess it just probably has a minimum width. I don't know. I have to look into that. Oh, okay, it's happening now. Hey, hey. I see there is someone in the chat. You're the first person. I didn't connect to the chat, so I would need to do that somewhere. Probably need to go over here. So basically, hey James, nice to see you. I don't think I showed you that last time, but basically I am building an orchestration platform. So the idea is to have all of my projects here and be able to trigger agents from here. And nice to see you too. What's cool about it is that I can improve this platform from the platform, if that makes sense. So if you take a look here, what I'm doing is that I have this visionary project, which is this project, and I am creating a bunch of tasks here, and then I'm just triggering agents to change the system. I was trying just now to be able to edit linear tasks directly from here, and okay, now I should be able to do it. Okay, so it shows like it's saved. I'm just going to open my linear and check if it added the dots. Okay, I'm just refreshing. Oh, I don't think it worked. Let's see if we got an error. Going to try one more time. Going to try here. So it looks like it saved it locally. But I'm going to see just adding this here. Okay, I have the task open on linear on the other side, and I'm just trying to see if it's updating it. It looks like it doesn't work. I'll have to look into this because it was kind of cool. That's fine. I'm just going to, I'll come back to it later. But I think what's more interesting right now is like this shaping process. So James, I have this, I added this thing that is like a new syncing session to start kind of thinking about something you want to add but not create it as a task directly. And there is 2 entry points. So there is this one for new ideas, and there is also, if I go here, I can trigger it from here. And just before we were working on, I think we were working on this. And hi Brie, nice to see you. So yeah, what I was talking about is like the concept is that we have a big Kanban here, and the idea is that we create tasks, and when they're ready, we spawn agents so that they work on it and they create PRs, and you can save it, and basically we get an updated version of this. So in the shaping discussion that I had before, the AI updated the cards, and basically it's like when we click here, it's to start like a new feature, and we talk about it, and then we generate something. And in the card, what I said is that it would be nice to have kind of the task on the side and be able to, like, the AI would edit the task while we talk, and when you save it, your task is ready. What I would like to do now is to kind of spawn the agent and see if that happens or not. So we're going to try and we'll see if it works. Maybe I can just remove this because it just, I think, appended it from the end of the conversation that I had. So we're going to see what happens when we spawn this agent. The visual feedback is not, working well right now, but I should get a message here that tells me that the agents got spawned, and yeah, eventually we should have like our task and the discussion happen at the same time. It might be like a bit like, I don't know if that makes any sense. I've kind of been a bit lost on, not lost on this project, but just it's been 2 weeks that I'm working on it and improving it bit by bit. I think it's getting in a state where it's interesting and it starts to becoming useful. And this new kind of thinking mode, I think, is really helpful, because sometimes you have a task but you don't know if it's ready or you're not sure what to do about it. So the agent would allow you to interact with it while it looks at the task in camera. Yeah, that's the idea. So a bit like Cloud artifacts, when you're talking with Cloud and it kind of presents it as like as code on the side or something like that, like a document while you're talking. That would be the idea, is like the card. So the task is the artifact and the conversation is a way to edit it. And so right now we can see that I think it has spawned the 2 agents. So there are like two different things. The first one is like when you move a task from one stage to another, we are triggering, we are making sure that some requirements are met before you go to that next one. And the other one is the artifact thing. So I guess maybe I should have started with this one, which is like persistent side panel for cat focus conversation. But I guess we'll just see what happens. It's it's funny in the sense that with this setup you're pretty far from the code and what's happening, but you're kind of forced to give a good summary of what is it that you want to achieve. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I need to refresh. Okay, so it's telling me we have an agent on this one. Okay, there is this. Okay, yes, okay, so I'm going to tell it you can create the task. What's interesting is like my tasks that you see here for this project, they are saved in a convex database, and I can just tell the agent here to create another task. It should just add it here. So yeah, another thing that I should probably do is that when I arrive at the end of the shaping conversation, for it to create 2 cards. So you see, I just told it, yes, please create another card, and now I have it here. And now I'm going to try spawning it as well. Ideally, when I do spawn, it should move to in progress, and that's another thing to fix. Okay, so we have like the other requests, and not everything is like smooth yet, but yeah, it's taking form. And yeah, I'm also trying to do like some content creation, so I would like to create posts from here, but it's going to be another workflow. For now, I'm mainly spending time on this piece, and also like I've done like I've had my agent do some client work as well for small tasks. Just have them work from linear. So all of the tasks that you see here, they are in linear, and I can just spawn the agent, and it's going to create a PR, and then I can just validate the PR if I'm happy with it. Okay, so this is happening. Okay, so it says that this one is done. Actually, I'm not sure if it's going to work because I didn't have like drag and drop setup to begin with, so it probably needs more work. The agent develops from the task. It uses the task as context, and then it just get to work. But it's like a sub-agent of that main agent, and basically when it spawns the agent, it feeds it like the task context and also a kind of a skill context, like are you a developer, are you like a content writer or something else. And this is the idea. And yeah, for now, like this is using OpenClaw in the background, but I guess you could use that UI without it probably. What's interesting with OpenClaw is that it's also sending me like cron messages, and I have the same I have the exact same app on my phone. It's a PWA, and so I'm just trying to load it. Can I show it here? Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. So it's working on my phone. I get like I can get push notifications, and kind of get the same context. If I go away from this room, I can just keep doing it from my phone. Yeah, I could actually I could go in the next room and keep doing it. This was the idea. Okay, so this is here. So this one is done. Yes. So if we were to take a look, like if I go to GitHub and I check my visionary project, right now it's telling me that there is a PR, and so you can see that the PR is here, and I can just tell it like you can merge it, and so once it's merged, like you will see that it's not available as a PR on the other side. And now you can see that I get some. It's like basically showing me the tool output from OpenClaw, and so now you can see that it's merging my my repo and starting a deployment. Okay, So this, yeah, I mean this is not going to work, but at least I guess the plumbing will be here, and we are interested in seeing if this one security with OpenClaw. I think it depends on how you are setting it up. Like, yeah, they had issues, but what I've done is like my OpenClaw is on a VPS and I secured my VPS, and basically I am using something that's called Tailsquare. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's basically this, and it allows me to create a private network between my VPS, my phone, and my MacBook. And only my phone and my MacBook can access the VPS right now, so I don't get issues in that sense. I would recommend that you don't install OpenClaw on your own machine. Either use like another computer or put it on a VPS, and that way you won't have access to things it should not have access to. And you can also use something like this, that's called Composio. That is, it's a way to kind of store like authentication token and credential basically, and you get an API key that you give your agent to use. And I would say the third thing is like regarding GitHub, I did not give the agent my GitHub access. I created the agent a GitHub account and I've added it to the project I wanted to work on. Okay, so this one, I think I thought it was started. I don't know if it worked or not. I should probably add like a URL parameter here so that when I refresh, I'm still on the same screen. Did we get started on the side panel and the task focus conversation? I don't know if it's going to understand because what I said wasn't clear at all. Oh, we lost the music. Okay. Oh, so I got another PR. Yes. So yeah, we'll get to see soon if this worked or not. Like the artifact stuff. Would be pretty cool if it does. Actually, it might be interesting to see this. Okay, it was closed as well, but okay, going to try this. Okay, so now let's say we go here And this was kind of interesting. Oh, okay, it added the button. What? Okay. So this is not what I had in mind at all, but I wasn't clear, so that's on me. Yeah. So what I had in mind was not this at all. I was thinking that would be side by side with the kind of the task on the side and the chat on the right. But now it's like, yeah, not what I wanted. And actually I was thinking it would be part of the syncing, the shaping stuff, but it just did it like as another way to do it. So kind of like maybe I should not have merged this one. Yeah. So you know what I'm going to do is just I'm going to do this like. Looks like we broke this one. Yeah. It's funny, it's something I haven't done often. Okay. So now if I go here, I don't think it worked because I still have the chat button. Yeah, it didn't work. I can still see the chat button in the task cards. Whoops. I guess I can know if that is right or not. It says reverts. Okay. What is it? Okay. this is kind of annoying when it does that, because yeah, it's still here but it should not be here. So I don't know if it's just that I need to hard refresh. Or I could do like a private browser and see, but I'm pretty sure that it didn't work. No, it's still here. Hey, hey. So we are working on like a new feature. So basically I have this feature where I can start thinking about like a new item, and when I end the conversation it is saved as a card. And now what I'm trying to do is to have the card be created while we chat, a bit like with Cloud Artifacts. So I would like the card, you know, to start showing up on the left. But when I tried to do that, I wasn't specific enough into how to do it, and it did this where I get a chat on the side. Okay, maybe now it's not there anymore. Okay, cool. Okay, I think it's fixed. Okay, so I think now we broke everything. Perfect. So I should still have an access from my... Do I have access from my phone or not? That's going to be interesting. Nope. So now basically when I run into this, I have to... I guess I can show you instead. Okay, to do it that way. I am going to pick something else. Oh, I can't add like something that is a... Yes, add a source. Yeah, I'm going to show you my terminal actually. It should be... Maybe I need to move it here. So I mean, this is, yeah, when you play with OpenClaw, you get into this kind of problems. Right now, what I'm doing is that I am logging in my VPS using the terminal. I'm sorry about like not. Okay, maybe this will work. Terminal. Yes. Okay. I think you should see my terminal now. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. So yeah, this is kind of my server, and right now you can, even though like the web UI is broken, this is still working, right? So I am getting a 500 on the visionary front end. Any idea what happened? I think maybe when it reverted, it must have broken something. So I'm going to check what the console error is. That is a weird error because I mean the favicon should not. Okay, now it's back. Not sure what went wrong. Okay, I guess I'll just close my terminal and we'll be back. Okay. Yes. Okay. We are back. Okay, so now it says it's good. Let's get back to this. And let's take a look. Okay, so now we lost the thing that was not good. And I guess good for us, but this can be shaped again. So I'm going to click on this button and it's going to be asking me a bunch of questions about like the card, and this time I'm going to try to make a better job so that we get a better result. Okay. Oh, and this broke as well, where now I can't answer the chat. So I'm going to first do this. We reverted to a previous bug where when we start the shaping discussion, the input is disabled because it's acting like if the agent didn't is still speaking, basically. So after the agent sent the message, we need to enable the input. And so yeah, for this I'm just going to talk into the main chat to make the tweak. And hopefully that should work. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a, I guess it might be a bit weird to work from an app and work on that same app at the same time. It's a bit meta, but I think it's cool. At least I'm having fun. And so now it is showing some checks. I think the checks should be presented a bit differently. Okay, so it says, okay. Cool. So we were working on this one. New card, existing card. Conversation is the DING interface. It is just the task that we have. So it is mainly a title and a description, but what we want to do is to improve our thinking mode, not create something brand new, but what I had in mind is that on the left we would show the card content, and on the right we would have our chat. When we talk through the chat, you would make edit to the card on the left, and if there is no card to begin with, you would start creating the card while we talk, and if there is a card, the card should show up from the beginning and you would edit it as we speak. I think that wouldn't be a direct edit. It would only save when we hit save at the top. Okay. So the save, yeah, it creates or updates the task based on which project you are in. And about the agent, yes, I would love for the agent to make updates to the left panel as we talk. It doesn't have to be streaming or anything, but if we can see it being updated, that would be ideal. And so, yeah, so what I like about this system that I have set up is that it's kind of forcing me to think before before I get the agent to work. It's a bit like the plan mode, but I think it's nicer to have a UI, and I think I'm going to enjoy to have like a proper task definition on the left, whereas in the plan mode you kind of lose it. In Cursor you do have like the .md file, but I think this is going to be better. So it's telling me like might be an issue to decide when to update the card. Okay, I think that's fine if the agent update the full state of the card after the response. I'm okay with that. And about the panel, I think it should, like for new cards, it should not be there to begin with, but when the agent start to create it, this is when we show it. Yeah, I think it's a small item. Maybe I should remove like the appetite check from the prompt. It was something from the shaping methodology, but I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay. No card, field editing directly in the panel. That's an interesting point, because what I've noticed is that while I'm talking, maybe one discussion could lead to multiple cards. So maybe I need to show multiple cards. We lost the music. Let's not have the edit for now. About the one card per conversation, I'm not sure that's true, because one conversation could end up leading to multiple cards. So I think on the left side we need a way to have different cards. maybe we should show tabs. If instead of one card there are two cards, that would be fine. And then when we hit save, at the end it would create the other card and update the first one as well. Yeah, conversation can multi-card management adds with complexity. Should I just update the card? But no. I think that would be okay if, but we would need to be able to start a new conversation with the other card. Yeah, I think it's going to happen quite often. Today it already happened a few times. Yeah, this is something when you start talking about like a feature and you start working on it and you realize that it's it's more, I mean, it's bigger than what you thought in the first place. I think we should cap it to 3 tasks max. Yeah. Okay. About the existing card, yes, it does, because we use the shape this button that is on the card, and so it gets injected as a prompt to begin with. So I'm going to say wrap this up. What I would want to do is also to add like some pre-built command here, like maybe buttons directly in the chat, but gotta start somewhere. Okay, so this is our card, and I'm going to save it. I hope it worked because it would be sad to lose that. Oh, come on. Oh no, it's this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I was like, where is it? Where's my card? But we have it and we're going to spawn it. I'll be back in a minute, leaving you with some music. looks like we've lost our spectators, but that's fine. It's good that some people showed up. Okay, so no. I need to clean up how this looks. Hey, I'm not sure who's here, but don't be shy, you can say hi in the chat. I don't know if you've joined before or not, but basically I am building a platform that allows me to manage agents for both personal and client projects. And I am spending time right now on the process of creating better tickets. I just added implement a thinking mode where basically it will challenge me regarding the task we are talking about, and I just so you get to discover with me if it worked or not, but the idea was to have the chat on one side and the task on the other side, so that we can actually see the task take shape while we chat with the agent. And then when we save it, it gets saved into our Kanban board, and we can trigger an agent to work on it. So you can see here it's deploying the latest PR that was made. And once this is ready, we just get to test it. Right now, it looks like, so basically you would click on the card, and when you click on this button, you enter into a conversation about it. Okay, let's see. So now it's telling me that it's good. We could try it with maybe this. Okay. Oh, nice. This is what I wanted. So, going to be talking about the card here, and it should update the card while we talk about it. Unless unless it's not working at all, which is also an option. I need to check the console. Okay. Okay, right. Let's try a different thing. So if I go from here. Okay, so now it's telling me here. But I don't know if the other one was just broken or if it was loading. Let's go back. I was kind of interested in this one. Maybe it's taking more time because it is giving it the task, or it could be a bit different. Okay, no, it's good. Okay, so it's telling me the problem is friction in conversational flows. When Vi or any shaping agent asks focus question, the user knows the answer yes, no, small. So the two open questions in the description are the real shaping decisions. Yeah, so the idea would be that the agent suggests answer and that I can pick from, which I think would be good. So basically it's like here I could say yes, it matching is my thinking, or I could just answer instead. Or do you need working in a web chat too? No, it's just in Visionary. Okay. I think it works if the agent includes like replies in line, and then we show them as like buttons that we can click and pick from. Yeah, this is a Visionary feature. And yeah, so the idea is really like we will talk about this, improve the ticket, save it, and then we'll eventually trigger an agent to work on it. Okay, on the online format, something like yes, no, let's get that, tell me more. Yeah, it's mostly a front-end thing. I think this is more of a general chat feature. I don't see why we could not use it in the main chat. I think it's something that is pretty useful. Eventually, and I'm not talking about right now, but this could also be, instead of showing just buttons you can click from, it could be components, like UI components, but let's just focus on options you can pick from for now. So now I just noticed that it's just like kind of copying the chat, which is not exactly what we want, but we should get what we want in the end, I think. I think we should leave it to, yeah, free option is good. And yeah, I agree on the boundaries. I think now you should I mean, if there is no good option to show, just don't show any option. That's fine. And yeah, now let's show the shaped version. Okay, I'm going to save this. And so this should be good, and now we can spawn it. And I think the next thing I'm doing is like cleaning up like what happens when I click spawn, because I'm pissed that it's not moving into the in progress column. And yeah, sometimes it's, I don't even know if it started it, and it's annoying. Okay, I'm going to do let's add URL parameter when a project is selected in the command view, so that if I refresh the page, I get to the same project. Actually, this should not have gone here. I'm going to delete it and do this here. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to do was visibility, but I think we must have had something around this. I'm going to spawn this and see what happens to I guess, yeah, this may need a bit more thinking. Yeah, I don't know who's watching right now, but I think I'm going to stop like soon. I mean, unless you want to chat about something. I'm probably going to be doing something else eventually. Okay, so this is this completed, or is it? Okay, it's doing stuff. Okay. Okay, so I mean, we have two agents working. What's annoying is that we don't really have a view to look at them and see what's happening. I was thinking about, like, since this is like a swarm, it's supposed to be a swarm agent team, so it would be cool to get like a oh, what is this? Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Was more looking about something like I guess not like this, but kind of a UI of agents gravitating around the main agent. People are doing some cool stuff with 3D, like 3JS, so maybe I'll do it with it, I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of the part that is annoying where... So now the agents are working, but I guess I can trigger some other stuff in the meantime. And so these two should be like in progress. Oh, this is what we did. This is stuck. This is going to be so annoying. But I think that's good. This is, I think, what I wanted. But maybe not like that. Because now when I spawn the agent, it's also a way to move to the next stage. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if I do this and refresh, yes, I am on the right one. So that worked. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what's next. I wanted to see this working, but It's going to be interesting. Actually, is there a PR yet? No, there's no PR, but there might be a branch that maybe didn't push it, probably. Okay. I had implemented this, but in the end I'm not really using it. I'm just leaving it on chat. It was just injecting a tag in my message to begin with. Yeah. But maybe it's good that something is taking more time here. I should get used to that. So I think my work should be sit here, discuss the task, get them ready, and while I sleep, the agent should get to work so that I can review the work in the morning. I think that would be a good flow. It would be nice to get visibility on what the agents are doing. Right now we've triggered it, but the task he is doing has not been moved to in progress. So I think there is like something to kind of figure out in terms of what happens when the task runs regarding the status of the task. And to me, it means like if the agent is working on it, it should be in progress. Do you think it should be happening in the script? Will it work for every type of project? I guess content would be a bit different. So one thing I am not sure is like, we talked about moving a task from to do to in progress, and when you move it to in progress, this is when we spawn the agent. And right now the spawn agent button is within the to do column. Maybe it should not be there at all. It should just be that when you drag the to do to in progress, this is when you decide if you want to spawn an agent or this is a manual task and then you don't spawn an agent. But we have implemented a gate where when you go from one column to another, we ask information about it. Um, mm, for now, the task panel gets updated every time the agent answers, even if the content of the answer is not a description of the task or it is just mirroring the message. So it should not mirror the message, it should just like edit the description if that makes sense based on the answer that we're given, or just leave it as is. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Nice. Okay, I mean, at least this is available. I am going to try fix this so that it just doesn't mirror the messages exactly, because I don't think it makes any sense. But I think we've made good progress today. I'm going to call it a day, and thank you for watching.